So I welcome you all once again, and just to give it a bit perspective, this session is equally relevant for everybody who is in some job, in some occupation today, right? So let me ask you, how many of you feel a bit concerned? Oh, my voice is not too loud. Is it perfect? Too loud, low? Fine. Thank you. So, how many of you feel a bit concerned or worried about the things to come in future, about the related to our career, job, occupation? If you feel worried, write C for concerned. And if you don't feel worried or concerned, write NC, not concerned. Let us see. Thank you, Abhishek ji, for putting your video on.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Everybody, please participate. At least we can write on the chat box. Okay. Yes. रूपा जी, राजपूत जी, डॉक्टर विश्वास, शेख मस्तान जी, यदि मेरी आवाज आप तक पहुंच रही है तो प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड. So except Abhishek, all those who have responded feel concerned or worried. So may I ask you, Abhishek, that's nice that you are not concerned. How come? And why have you joined this session then?
By mistake, I wrote NC actually.
Okay. So that correct. है ना? And how many of you would be happy? Look, what we are going to discuss today is not about a precise or a particular field or some hard skill like coding or something like that. It's about the way I describe it कि like मान लीजिए आपका एक बगीचा है. आपको उसमें कुछ भी उगाना है तो आपको मिट्टी को ठीक करना पड़ेगा. जो मर्जी आप उगा लीजिए. मेक सेंस? So that is what we are going to talk about today, right? It's all right, Mr. Sheikh Mustanji, you're in traffic then. So how many of you would be happy to get some genuine out of the box solutions today for the future times? So write me and also write your age, where do you live, what do you do? Let me have some idea. Take a couple of minutes. So my question was, if you feel interested in learning about the 21st century skills, success skills, as propounded by WHO, World Economic Forums, and other forums, then write me and a couple of words about yourself. Where do you live? What do you do? That's it. Thank you, Abhishek. I'll wait for 15 seconds more. Okay. So, Abhishek ji, thank you for responding and welcome to this session. You are an IT engineer from Kanpur. Welcome, Neetu ji. Welcome, Madhulika ji. You are professor in IGNOU, New Delhi. Welcome. Welcome, Rupa ji. You are HR professional from Delhi and just started on your coaching business. Nice. Dr. Vishwas. Okay. It's all right. Most welcome. So, I hope you are having a diary and a pen because there may be things you would like to note down. So, if not, then have some. So, welcome to the 21st Century Success Skills for Teenagers and Youth and everybody. So, first thing is take your diary and pen and take 2 minutes and write what are the goals you want to achieve in the next, say, 5 years or 10 years. I'm not going to ask you about your goals, it's for your own awareness. Okay, welcome Sheikh Mastanji, you are a civil engineer, and welcome Nituji, you are astronumerologist from Delhi. Welcome. सो सिंसियरली सोच करके ना फिर आप लिखिए ये ट्रम्प एलॉन मस्क व्हेन एलॉन मस्क वाज इन कॉलेज he planned how he wants to see himself, what he wants to do, what he wants to create, and that is how after so many years he has done almost all the things which he planned as a college student and after that. And the second question is, what are the challenges you are facing, or you feel that these are the challenges in achieving the goals? Take 1 minute and in the chat box, write your two most pressing challenges. Yes, Rupaji, but what are the challenges, two most pressing challenges you feel? And if you are here on behalf of your teenager, then write what are the challenges you feel about your teenager. Okay, I have got direct message also. So the person has shared, one is the screen time is more. Second, children are not listening to the parents. Correct. Well, at least I hope you must have thought about the challenges if you haven't shared even. So look, there are two things. One is the challenges and the second is the support system for everybody. बच्चा हो, बड़ा हो, anyone, employee ho, employer ho, entrepreneur ho. Support system can be external, friends, families, society, community, your circle of colleagues, and internal, your own resilience, your own ability to handle stress, your own ability to handle your emotions, how much you are able to focus in any work. These are all internal support systems. Somehow, what I have been seeing in the last few years, including in my own branch, medicine, challenges are increasing, but the support system is decreasing. How many of you have seen this or feel this? That this is the unfortunate truth of today. If you feel this is right, write why. If you feel this is not so, write N. So two responses I received. Challenges are, thank you, yes. Challenges are increasing, but the support system is decreasing, and it is not just for teenagers. This is for everybody. So the whole game is challenges versus support system. देखो, I'll tell you a data. This is Indian data. WHO ने ये बताया कि 40 से 45% टीनेजर्स आर हैविंग वन और अदर बिहेवियरल और मेंटल इश्यूज. ये 2015 से 2019 के बीच इन्होंने सर्वे किया था. एंड वन थर्ड ऑफ behavioral और मेंटल इश्यूज स्टार्ट बिफोर 16 years of age. Then they persist into adulthood. तो बड़े लोगों का परसेंटेज इससे बहुत कम नहीं होगा, कुछ ना कुछ बढ़ेगा ही. This is alarming. Almost half of us. These are only the snaps of children and teenagers, but this is true for all ages. Okay, a question for you. How does a person going through a lot of stress look like? In 2, 3 words, just describe in 30 seconds in chat box. A person who is facing a lot of challenges is not, uh, he's doing his or her best to cope up, but is still feeling a lot of burden. What do you think? How does he or she look like? Yes, these are the challenges, right, Abhishek? The family is shrinking, smaller families, technology is rapidly changing, expense versus income, yes, and consistency, yes. I am interpreting consistency for security. So answer this question, please, at least two, three people. How does a person going through a lot of stress look like? So, just like you and me in most of the instances, to face these challenges, we need to strengthen the support system of our teenagers or ourselves. And the ones with the poorest support system suffer the most, whether they are teenagers or youth or grown up adults or even middle aged professionals or whatever. In today's session, you will get to know the skills important for success in this fast changing century, skills you are already having, those you need to nurture more, inculcate, and how to start this journey. So, I am Dr. B.B. Agrawal, Banke Bihari Agrawal. I am a pediatrician by profession, owner of Shiv Shakti Hospital, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, founder of Optimum Parenting Mission. I am a parenting guide. I am a certified yoga teacher for adults, children, and teenagers. I am a certified counselor and career counselor and an author. And I deeply love solving problems for teenagers and parents. This is my hospital and the book I have authored. And I am a father of a 21-year strong-willed son who has challenged all my beliefs and rattled me a lot of times. Right now, he is in third year MBBS. He got selected in NEET on his own merit after faltering heavily during COVID. I have been conducting online and offline sessions for last 15 plus years for parents. Friends, World Economic Forum, WHO, Niti Aayog, Institute for the Future, and many others. They did some studies, extensive studies on skills which would be relevant and useful in for next 30 to 40 years in the 21st century. And they came up with a list. And this is applicable all over the world. It's not just for India. This I have summarized for you. So let us see. First is the foundational skills, which mostly we are taught in the schools. Literacy, reading and writing language. Numeracy, to do something with numbers, basic calculations, not much of finances, just mathematics. Then there is scientific literacy, subject of science, physics, chemistry, biology, the human system, how it works, how the body works, some chemical reactions, uh, some geography, how does eclipse occur, how does think work in general. Then some cultural and civic literacy also we are taught in history, civics, geography, cultural books, traditions, moral science. Though most of us don't pay attention on these subjects. Then some basic theory about information and computers is also there in schools nowadays. Not necessarily coding or something advanced, but some basic education is there. Financial literacy, well, when I did my schooling, there was no education in regarding all these things. But and now there is some basic education, and as NEP comes into effect, then this scenario will change. Better composition combination of subjects will be available. But just introspect today, is this education enough for a successful and thriving career in today's fast changing and challenging world? Everybody of you, I hope, must have thought about it. I read a beautiful definition of career. Someone has a problem or a need, and you have a solution for that problem or for that need. You solve their problem, fulfill that need, and you get paid for it. That is a career. Now, the more complex the problem, the more complex the need, the higher your value. And the easier you can solve that problem, the faster you can solve that problem, more you can ask for it, for your services. Question for you. So, is the knowledge of only the foundational skills enough to solve the complex problems the world is facing today so that the youth has a successful and thriving career? Why for yes and for no? So, Abhishek ji, you think that the foundational skills are enough? The skills which are taught in school are enough for solving the complex problems the world is facing today? If you think they are enough, it's good enough. Yes. Okay. So two people say no, one people says yes. Jack Ma told his son, being in the middle is fine as long as your grades are not too bad. Only this kind of a person has enough free time to learn other skills. Otherwise, most of the people who are very much into just studying, they form a very good workforce. बहुत अच्छे एम्प्लॉयज बनते हैं वो, एम्प्लॉयर्स नहीं बनते. The 21st century success skills. I have summarized the skills and categorized those into some headings. The first heading is problem solving and decision making skills. And the first thing relevant for that is critical thinking. Now, what is critical thinking? Critical thinking is you have a problem, you want a solution for that, and you want to know कि कैसे best तरीके से मैं इसको approach करूं. So you have few options. So weighing pros and cons of all the available options. Objectively, looking at situation from different angles. And then coming to a solution. Critical thinking skills can be cultivated by teaching and encouraging our children and teenagers to ask questions. And if you feel that you don't ask many questions now that you have grown up, और अब आप ज्यादा सवाल नहीं करते हैं, that means जब आप छोटे थे तो आपके क्वेश्चंस को एनकरेजमेंट नहीं मिली. So if you don't ask questions, your mind will not form a habit to think critically. So for teenagers, for children, for their parents, encourage questions. For adults and grown-ups, start questioning things. Start questioning your own thoughts. Second is creative thinking, creativity, the ability to generate new ideas, new solutions. Einstein said in his own time, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. अभी जो प्रॉब्लम्स है दुनिया के सामने, यदि अभी की लेवल ऑफ थिंकिंग से वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाती, तो प्रॉब्लम आती ही क्यों? दोस प्रॉब्लम्स वुडंट हैव अराइजन एट ऑल. ये प्रॉब्लम्स आई हैं क्योंकि अभी की थिंकिंग के बियॉन्ड है वो प्रॉब्लम्स. तो उनको सॉल्व करने के लिए कुछ नई चीज लगेगी, या उसी चीज को किसी नए तरीके से इंप्लीमेंट करना होगा. A simple example of creativity, creative thinking, thinking out of the box. This cat is hungry, help the cat reach the milk. So what do you think? The answer is right or wrong? भाई क्वेश्चन में ऐसा कहीं भी नहीं लिखा है कि आपको ग्रीड के अंदर से ही जाना है, पर ये एक बच्चा ही कर सकता है. ये आंसर एक बच्चा दे सकता है. हमको ये सवाल मिला होता तो हम सब ग्रीड के अंदर से गए होते, because that is how our mind has been conditioned. Are you getting it? Yes. So creativity. And what does creativity need? Creativity requires a good balance between our both sides of brain, right hemisphere and left hemisphere. Our left brain is more logical. और हमारी जो स्कूल की पढ़ाई होती है ना, it caters more to logic, mathematics, science, numbers, everything. और राइट ब्रेन से रिलेटेड जो चीजें हैं वो को करिकुलर या एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी में आती हैं. आर्ट्स, पोट्री, म्यूजिक, स्पोर्ट्स, they are not given that weightage which the left brain activities, logic related activities. इवेल्युएशन भी हमारा इन्हीं का होता है, लॉजिक का होता है, इंटेलेक्ट का होता है. हमारी राइट ब्रेन की एक्टिविटीज का इवेल्युएशन नहीं होता. बट इफ यू वांट creativity to be there in yourself or your teenager or a youth, it requires a good balance of both the sides of the brain. Then, for problem solving and decision making, apart from critical thinking and creativity, you need curiosity, adaptability, and taking initiative. क्यूरियोसिटी नहीं होगी तो हम कुछ नया सीखेंगे ही नहीं. You 7-8 people are here. You are curious कि क्या है ये. That's why you are here. Adaptability is like कि there will changes will always be there. How fast we adapt to that, and taking new learnings are needed to keep pace with the rapidly changing world. And one has to take initiative without being told to do something. And there is a movie, Flaming Hot. It's on Amazon. Watch that movie. ये स्टोरी है चीटोस की. Cheetos was not doing good when that product was launched. तो उन्होंने ओपन वो डाला कि हम इसको कैसे इम्प्रूव करें. तो वहां पे एक स्वीपर काम करता था, वो पीछे लग गया कि ये कीजिए. एंड ही डिडंट इवन फियर, ही डायरेक्टली कॉल्ड द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द कंपनी एंड ही परसिवियर्ड. वो लगा रहा. ही उस इसमें ना उस इस मूवी में यू विल सी ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द 21st century skills. That person was curious, he was adaptability was there, resilient, not giving away, बिल्कुल जो करना है वो करना है. And he became vice president of the company. The suggestion he gave, it turned the turnover of the Cheetos. It made it successful. So problem solving and decision making skills, there is a concept. बहुत ध्यान से समझिएगा इसको. ब्लॉक्ड थिंकिंग आवर्स. जो भी अनरिजॉल्व्ड या अनएड्रेस्ड कंसर्न्स और स्ट्रेसेस होते हैं हमारे अंदर, दे ऑक्यूपाई अ लार्ज थिंकिंग पार्ट ऑफ आवर ब्रेन, अ लार्ज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग पार्ट ऑफ आवर ब्रेन। क्या चीज? अनरिजॉल्व्ड कंसर्न्स, अनरिजॉल्व्ड स्ट्रेसेस एंड unaddressed. This word is very important, unaddressed. If you have some stress, some challenge, and someone is there to listen, to talk about it, to discuss, so even if it is not resolved, but there is someone to address it, then it's not as severe as that. But otherwise, these occupy a large thinking part of the brain, and then that much part of the brain is not available for solving problems. So, what needs to be done? We need to free this part. और हमारे में से कोई भी ये नहीं बोल सकता कि भाई मेरी लाइफ में तो कोई स्ट्रेस है ही नहीं, कोई कंसर्न है ही नहीं। यस, नो? क्वेश्चन: डू यू थिंक हैविंग दिस स्किल्स कुड प्रूव टू बी अ गेम चेंजर फॉर योरसेल्फ इन द टफ टाइम्स अहेड और फॉर योर टीनेजर? Yes. Why for yes and for no? Creativity, critical thinking, curiosity, adaptability, taking initiative. Okay. So these skills are essential for, thank you, Abhishek ji. These skills are essential for success as an entrepreneur, a professional, or in our lives in general. Critical thinking. Thank you, Madhulika ji. Employers are, in fact, increasingly looking for capable people who can think critically, solve their problems, and be creative. So even if you have a very good degree, but even in your office, a person with lesser degree can get promoted more, better than you if he has better problem solving skills. Second, first was problem solving and decision making skills. The second is good communication skills. Good communication is needed everywhere. Everywhere. Whether you have to build, nurture, or maintain good relationships, or you want to end the non-working one in a respectable way. This is so true for all the employers. As far as I am concerned, मैंने अभी तक जितने भी स्टाफ को हटाया है, किसी से भी मैंने रिलेशन खराब करके नहीं हटाया है, चाहे उन्होंने कुछ भी किया हो। Whenever I did this, I did that in a respectable way. This is so important. Conflict resolution, so that you can avoid unnecessary drama. This is true between teenagers and their parents, as well as between husband and wife, as well as between employer and employees, as well as between colleagues. And good communication is so important for collaboration, team building, and teamwork. And this 21st century is the century of collaboration, team building, and teamwork. Third category of the 21st century success skills is persistence, grit, or resilience. Nothing was built in a day, no. ये जितनी भी आज बड़ी बड़ी चीजें हैं, the top most companies of world, they had a very small beginning, and it was just due to the persistence of the founders, the creators. किसी को भी सक्सेस प्लेट में सजा के नहीं मिली है कि भगवान अवतरित हो गए और उन्होंने फट से उनको सक्सेस दे दी। They all had their fair share of ups and downs. but just because they persisted, they could excel. And for the youth and the teenagers, it will take a lot of grit to be able to say no to the peer pressure, to the wrong peer pressure. Smoking, alcohol, drugs, anything. So, friends, these are the three skills categories we talked about: problem solving and decision making skills, communication skills, and persistence. The fourth category is self management skills. And the first thing in this category is self awareness. Self awareness is called the key skill, मदर सुपर पावर. ऐसा कहते हैं कि यदि ये आपके अंदर आ गया तो बाकी जितनी स्किल्स हैं दे विल फॉलो. व्हाट इज दिस सेल्फ अवेयरनेस? Knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, understanding what matters to you, having this awareness कि जो पुराने एक्सपीरियंसेस आपकी लाइफ में हुए हैं उन्होंने कैसे आपकी लाइफ को शेप किया है. आपके अंदर जो फियर्स हैं, जो एंजाइटीज हैं, जो कॉन्फिडेंस है, जो रेजिलियंस है, यानी बोथ पॉजिटिव एंड नॉट सो पॉजिटिव एट्रीब्यूट्स जो भी आपकी लाइफ में अभी हैं, वो आपके पास्ट एक्सपीरियंसेस से कैसे रिलेट करते हैं. The better you understand yourself, the more you are aware about yourself, your own inner world, the better you can understand the world around and take better decisions. Your self management will be better, your time management will be better, your self discipline will be better, your decision making will be better, and self awareness nurtures curiosity and a lot more. This is the key skill or the mother superpower. Have you heard the word metacognition? This is a recent word in psychology, in the domain of psychology. This means awareness of cognition. Cognition is I can say cognition is a loose word for all the thoughts inside you. That is cognition. And awareness of that cognition is metacognition. In the Indian yogic philosophy, this comes under Swadhyay. तो मेटाकॉग्निशन तो अभी कुछ सालों से आया है ये वर्ड मॉडर्न साइकोलॉजी में. हमारी साइंस में, हमारी फिलॉसफी में ये 5,000 साल से भी पहले से ये कंसेप्ट है. और न केवल कंसेप्ट है, इसका प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन है. आज देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ थेरेपीज in counseling, in psychiatry, cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavioral therapy, personal counseling techniques, and so many. इनका रूट क्या है? इन सबका रूट है मेटाकॉग्निशन या स्वाध्याय. Our Indian yogic philosophy is the new cool buzz all over the world today. It's not just in India. In fact, कभी कभी तो मुझे लगता है बाहर और ज्यादा है. ओके, चलो एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज करते हैं. करेंगे? मधुलिका जी, अभिषेक जी, रेस्ट ऑफ दो आई कांट सी. ओके, तो एक हाथ ऐसा रखिए, एक हाथ ऐसा रखिए. मुझे देख लीजिए पहले. तो एक हाथ में मुंह को ऐसा ओ के जैसे करके फूंक करिएगा और एक हाथ में आ करके करिएगा. टेल मी द डिफरेंस इन टेम्परेचर. अनम्यूट करके बोलिए. ओपन माउथ इज हॉटर. यस.
Mhm.
थैंक यू फॉर
Yes.
शेयरिंग. हाउ कम? हाउ कम? दिस इज योगा. Yoga is not just some postures or body. No, it's beyond body. Body is a very small part of yoga. चलो एक चीज और करो. Take a deep breath in and hold the breath and become aware of your thoughts. टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ इन, एक लंबी गहरी सांस लीजिए, सांस को रोकिए और अपने थॉट्स पे ध्यान ले जाइए. टेल मी व्हाट हैपेंड टू द थॉट्स. थॉट्स बिकेम लिमिटेड. देर इज अ प्रोवर्ब, एक सूत्र है, आप कौन से उपनिषद में है वो मैं भूल गया हूं. चले वाते चले चित्तम निश्चलम निश्चले भवेत, निश्चले निश्चलम भवेत. चले वाते मतलब, वात मतलब हवा. हवा जब चल रही है, चले वाते चले चित्तम, तो मन माइंड भी चलता है. सांस चलती है तो मन भी चलता है. और जब सांस शांत होती है तो मन भी शांत होता है. So what I want to tell you is, because I am a certified yoga teacher for adults and separately for teenagers and kids also, I want to tell you, all of you, that yoga is beyond just body. It's a very big science. Body, mind, breath, everything. In self-management skills, the second aspect is the ability to cope up with emotions and stress. मैं ये पढ़ूंगा भी नहीं क्योंकि मैं पढ़ नहीं सकता ये. बट दिस इज वेरी बैड. देखो, टीनेजर्स में जो हाई डेथ रेट है ना, इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सुसाइड्स, एक्सीडेंट्स एंड मर्डर्स. बिकॉज देयर बॉडी इज यंग, दे गेट इल लेस ऑफन. वो बहुत जल्दी से बीमार नहीं पड़ते. अनटिल अनलेस कोई और कोमॉर्बिडिटी उनके अंदर है तो बात अलग है. एंड सुसाइड से ये एक्सीडेंट्स, दे आर द सेल्फ हार्म. देखो, गर्ल्स 15 to 19 years में सेल्फ हार्म, इन बॉयज सेल्फ हार्म एंड रोड इंजुरी. एंड यू नो, रोड इंजुरी भी क्यों होती है? फास्ट ड्राइविंग, रैश ड्राइविंग, दैट इज ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द इनएबिलिटी टू कोप अप विद द इमोशंस. उनके इमोशंस दे टेक ओवर द कॉन्शियस, बुद्धि को टेक ओवर कर लेते हैं वो. सो देन दे ड्राइव फास्ट, दे बिकम रेकलेस. For the last few years, yeah, maybe Ken Upanishad. Yes, Manasji, thank you. ये रोज की घटनाएं हैं. Reason? Inability to cope with their emotions. Again, remember that data. 40 to 45% of Indian youth below 18 years are facing some or other behavioral or mental issues. Everything starts with a behavioral issue. If not addressed, it turns into more significant, more worrisome mental, psychiatric, or psychological things. So, if you're a teenager or yourself, you have a good self-awareness and you are able to handle your emotions and stresses well, then you or the teens, they are very unlikely to take any such extreme steps like harming themselves or ending their life. And the last thing is self-care. Everything begins here. Taking responsibility for our own body and our own mind. है ना? हम खाली बातें कितनी भी कर लेंगे, खाली बातें करने से कुछ बदलने वाला नहीं है. थोड़ा सा बदलता है, एक बार हमारा मन बदलता है. मेरे साथ कितने बार ऐसा हुआ है कि एक किताब पढ़ के लगा कि यार अब तो जिंदगी बदल गई, बस आज के बाद ऐसा नहीं होगा. पर उसका असर थोड़े दिन तक रहता है. सो यू नीड टू इनकलकेट समथिंग इन योर लाइफ which is more permanent, more longer lasting. And if you want to change the life of your teenagers, then also it starts with you, the parents. You have to become good role models. Look, MS Dhoni is helping Sakshi to put on her shoes in the mall. Is he not teaching? Well, he doesn't have a son, बट क्या वो जितने लोग उसकी इतनी फैन फॉलोइंग है, जितने यूथ उसको देखते होंगे, क्या इसको देख के ये नहीं सीखेंगे कि वी शुड रेस्पेक्ट द फेमिनाइन जेंडर, ऑल द बॉयज, एंड वोंट ऑल द गर्ल्स फील मोर कॉन्फिडेंट? So this is very important, being good role models. So how many of you learned some or more useful things today? Write in the chat box me, or you can just put up a thumbs up also. I can see most of you now. Thank you, Manoj ji. Did you know about these skills? Thank you, Abhishek. क्योंकि डेटा बोलता है कि आज के समय में बहुत कम, ऑलमोस्ट ओनली 30 to 40% of youth in India are aware of these things. So how many of you feel that you have all the required skills already and you don't need anything more? So I would like to tell, I have not started this program yet. I will need some time, but I have designed it. So this is a 12-week program. 8 weeks active program will be there and 4 weeks support and follow-up will be there. This is to raise your teen into a confident, responsible, digitally safe youth to secure their future and career. You'll need to spend only 1 to 2 hours a week, and you won't need to lose your mind or ruining your relationship. Do I tell about this program a bit more in a couple of minutes? If you say, then I'll tell, otherwise we'll move ahead. You want to know? Abhishek ji, yes, okay, okay. So this is very simple. देखो, हमने शुरू किया था challenges and support system, right? तो challenges तो जो है वो हैं. अब पेरेंट्स क्या होता है, कई बार पेरेंट्स सपोर्ट सिस्टम होना चाहिए, पर आज के समय में व्हाट आई एम विटनेसिंग इज दे आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग मोर टू द बास्केट ऑफ challenges for their teenagers and for their youth rather than falling in the basket of support. So in this program, I address both the aspects. I address parents and teenagers both. I have sessions for both. So three things, very important, 3, 4 things are there which is affecting almost everybody's life today, most of the teenagers, the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, digital world. Almost every parent I face, या on my YouTube, इतने लोग पूछते हैं कि भाई स्क्रीन टाइम का क्या करें. अभी फरवरी में आई चेक माई ओन स्क्रीन टाइम, इट वॉज 8 to 9 hours of useless screen time per day, 8 to 9 hours. And I was like disgusted, frustrated. Then I did something. I read some books. I did some research on Google. फिर मैंने उसको समझा और मैंने खुद पे अप्लाई किया. अभी लगभग 5 से 6 से 7 घंटा में बचा लेता हूं मेरा. So one thing which I have designed in this thing is डिजिटल. आप अपना स्क्रीन टाइम आप अपना कैसे हैंडल करोगे, आपके बच्चों का कैसे हैंडल करोगे, और वो पूरा 12 हफ्ते आई बी यू विल बी अकाउंटेबल. यू विल हैव टू टेल इन ऑल द, जो भी हम हफ्ते में एक सेशन करेंगे, शुरू के 15-20 मिनट आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि भाई ये हफ्ते में आप वो फॉलो कर पाए कि नहीं कर पाए, नहीं कर पाए तो क्यों नहीं कर पाए, क्या दिक्कत हुई। एक आदत बनेगी 2 से 3 महीने में। सेकेंड थिंग विच आई विल हैवीली पुट माई ओनस ऑन इज द कम्युनिकेशन फॉर पेरेंट्स। आप क्या गलतियां करते हो अपने बच्चों के साथ कम्युनिकेशन में, आप क्या सही कर सकते हो, वेरी सिंपल थिंग्स, very effective. And then third, because I'm also a certified career counselor, I did this course just 2 months back. So I will resolve the differences. आपके बीच में जो differences होंगे ना, कि मैं हम तो चाहते हैं बच्चा ये करे, हम बच्चा चाहता है ये करे, I'll resolve that. I will help you to opt the best career cluster for your child depending upon their strengths, their weaknesses, their aptitude, their attitude, and whatever competency they are having at this age, and many thing others. For teenagers also, I will have a definite structure which will be aimed at imparting the 21st century skills. क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग आप कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हो, क्रिएटिविटी आप कैसे इनकलकेट कर सकते हो, राइट और लेफ्ट ब्रेन को आप कैसे बैलेंस कर सकते हो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू वांट फॉर यू पीपल, if you want your right and left parts of the brain to work in harmony, so practice any of these things for at least 10 minutes a day. Whatever you love, hobbies, music, arts, sculpting, listening to music, any instruments, singing, meditation, pranayam, breathing techniques, exercising, anything which you love, gardening, just walking, being in silence, anything which you love, do that for 10 minutes. That nurtures the right brain. Even Big B has these regrets. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति के एपिसोड में अमिताभ बच्चन ने बोला कि जब मेरे बच्चे छोटे थे तो मैंने उनको टाइम नहीं दिया ठीक से। सो एवरीथिंग कम्स एट अ कॉस्ट, सक्सेस, फैमिली लाइफ, happiness, whatever. But at least we can strive for some balance, more balance. Thank you. Any questions? You can write in the chat box or ask me, unmute yourself. Okay, Manas ji. Thank you for sharing this. Recently, my 4 years old son asked why for some of his questions to my spiritual mentor. That time he was mentioning this shloka from Kenu Upanishad. Cost for this. This is for teenagers and parents, Abhishek. So first, I need to know whether I'll be able to help them or not. Right, and then there will be 2 tiers in that depending upon their requirement, because some parents they feel कि भाई हमारा बच्चा तो नहीं करेगा कुछ भी, वो सुनेगा ही नहीं, especially when the teenagers are around 15, 16, 17। तो बहुत सारे केसेस में क्या होता है कि पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं सर जो करना है हमको करना है, वो नहीं करेगा कुछ। So for them, that also is possible. I can work through them, because what happens is when they change, then their teenagers begin to change more. बच्चे एकदम तैयार हैं, मतलब वो तो खाली प्यार और सपोर्ट चाहते हैं। तो जहां थोड़ा सा चेंज पेरेंट्स में मिलता है ना, वो बिछ जाते हैं बच्चे इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस। So that I can't, actually, I haven't thought about it yet. है ना? I have a couple of things to do with my hospital first before starting this. So then I'll plunge into this, then I'll do it. But even then, I won't talk about this in the webinar. Any other questions? Otherwise, then we'll sum up.
So when we are expecting this to be launched?
Most probably December or January.
And if the son is almost around 7 years, so will it work for him?
No, 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 no. Because 7 years, what I am going to teach won't appeal to 7 years. 7 years के बच्चों के पेरेंट्स के इश्यूज बिल्कुल अलग होते हैं. ऑल्दो 1-2 साल के बाद वो 8 साल 9 साल 10 साल के होने के बाद डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द मैच्योरिटी एंड द इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ द किड they may start posing the same challenges as a 12-13 year old.
Got it.
But otherwise, for you, I have a WhatsApp group. It's
Okay.
my free WhatsApp group, no nonsense WhatsApp group, because I keep it closed for most of the time. Madhulika ji is there in that group. So उसमें ना I will be doing a workshop, Know Your Child, next month. That will be very much relevant for you.
Okay. So
That will
how?
cost you just 500 rupees.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, so that will be very much relevant for you. You will get almost all your answers there. So if you are not there, just
I'm not there actually.
okay. So you can message me on this number. So I'll send you the link of that group,
Okay, I will message you, sir.
right? So thank you, everybody. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Madhulika ji. And if possible, I can have some experiences from you. If you can share,
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
please do.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shall we leave, sir?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay.
Share
Thank
your
you.
experiences in whichever group you were, from wherever you got that information. Share your experiences there. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you then. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Okay, sir.